Tesla as we close out the S&P entry. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Thanks once again for joining us. Wanted to thank our Patreon supporters. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you want great info every day of the week prior to the open market, please take time to join us on Patreon. We also want to encourage you to like and subscribe. Makes a huge difference in terms of our ability of channel and our ability to deliver quality information. Part of my process every day is I have a group of traders that I kind of trade with, and we compare notes on what's going on. And there was an issue that was brought up as we enter the entry into the S&P that one should be considerate of, and that is that one is that options aren't allowed on Robinhood after 3 p.m. So that's one reason why you might want to consider an E-Trade or an Ameritrade account. The other thing to consider is that one of our traders mentioned that there can be a problem that pops up, which is that you can all of a sudden have your app freeze up if you're not on your desktop. So you might want to consider that as well, because you will not be helped if the trades get frozen. So it's definitely something you might want to be considerate of. Now, I just heard on CNBC that there is another issue that's going on, which is there's a suggestion that it's unknown how many shares will trade in the last hour, particularly the last 5 minutes as we enter into the S&P. And so another operational risk beyond the fact that you could get frozen in the trade, unable to sell out because the vehicle you're trading on may be frozen. When it comes to large institutions like Schwab or some of the big companies, they tend to have better setups for handling big traffic flow. I have to say that I'm a bit surprised at this development, given the fact that many of the big firms, I believe Morgan Stanley is hooked up with either E-Trade or Ameritrade, and then Schwab actually bought Ameritrade, I believe. So I'm a little surprised by these execution challenges, given that these mergers have occurred and their systems should allow. You might want to be mindful of execution risks that you might have that you're exposed to and may not realize it. The other thing that we wanted to talk about in the execution risk is bid-ask spreads. How do you deal with giant spreads that are going to be showing up as well, where the bid-ask is usually fairly tight, call it, a few $100s either way. And as we get into a very heavy, high volume trade experience, you might find that